Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and for today's video we are gonna be talking about Miss Earth, more precisely the Q&A segment of the top 4 candidates of the competition. Now, I'm going to say, because a lot of you guys know that I am currently in the Philippines and that I got to attend the live coronation night of Miss Earth 2022. Of course, this is not gonna be it. This video is just kind of a reaction and type of analysis of the Q&A. However, I will be posting a second video which is going to be like a full recap of my experience witnessing the live coronation night of Miss Earth 2022. Now, as usual, you know the format for this video. I'll give you my comments and feedback for each one of the ladies, and I invite you to be part of the conversation in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button so that it gets recommended to more people, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. So, without further ado, I will see you right after the intro.
Be strong.
Let's begin with Australia.
Okay, here we go. Let's go, Australia. Make us proud.
How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm more stressed than you. I really am. This is your... this is my parking pass. Can we get it validated? No, I'm just kidding. All right, Australia. You brought a big postie with you, but you brought your crowd. This is it. It's come down to this moment. And this is your question. What is one thing you want to write in this world, and how would you write it?
One thing that I would write in this world are the wrongs done to our environment. For too long, it has gone unchecked, and we are seeing the consequence of this. As someone who grew up in the countryside in Australia and got to travel my nation living in a tent for 14 months, I've seen firsthand the impacts that climate change has on our beautiful nature. And so if I could write, I would beg that everybody please reconsider and do your best to ace climate conservation.
Beautiful. Australia, ladies and gentlemen.
Miss Lorraine was happy, she was clapping. Alright, so what I'm gonna say about Australia is that, first of all, I mean, in terms of communication skills, since the beginning of the competition, she has been one of the standouts. For me, in that particular aspect, there's not much that can be criticized. I am going to say about this question in particular, and if you guys listen closely to it, you will also notice down the road, it's the same question for everyone. However, it was not formulated the same for everyone. Here from Miss Australia, it was asked, what would she write in the world? In the sense that, what would she like to correct in the world? However, if you are not a native English speaker, you might interpret the question as, what would you like to write? As in writing. So of course, the answer that she provided was appropriate because she did understand the sense of the question. However, it was not the case for every single contestant, but we'll talk about that later. I really appreciated her answer because she speaks from a place of experience. You know, she talks about the climate change and the impacts that the things that she can see around herself in her own country, that she has traveled herself. So I always like that. And keeping in mind as well that Miss Australia is one of the contestants that has been very vocal about wanting to get into politics. I think that being aware of environmental issues as well as the environment in her home country is definitely an asset. So this is honestly very, very good. I'm so happy for her. And the crowd, if you were there live, everyone was going crazy. So
Let's call out Colombia.
now
Colombia,
let's
you're
go.
gonna have to
Ooh.
match the energy of Australia. I'm just saying.
Colombia got stuck a little bit with her dress. She
Come
was
on,
struggling. It was
she's
a big,
little
big
nervous,
dress.
I'm sure. I hope you didn't hear the question, Colombia. Same question for you. What is one thing you would want to write in this world? Right meaning the opposite of wrong, not writing. And how would you write it? So, what is one thing you would want to write or correct in this world, and how would you correct it?
Thank you. Well, I think we should start writing about the human rights and about the real protection of the Mother Earth. Equality, the way we treat human beings, we have to treat fauna and flora. We have to take care of the ecosystems, and we have to realize that we are in our planet, our Mother Earth, which is just one hump. So it's our responsibility to write about it and to make sure that we really take care of it, not with talking, but with actions. Thank you.
Colombia, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, let's talk about Miss Colombia's answer here. Honestly, I think that this is a rough one because obviously, keeping in mind what I just told you earlier about the sense of the question, she completely missed the point of it because it was not about what you want to write in the world, but what would you like to correct in the world. I will give to the host the benefit of mentioning that he did try to clarify the question for her. He did it twice actually. The first time that he read the question, and then when she asked him to repeat it one more time, he also specified it. However, she still understood the sense of writing, and I can definitely understand that as well because being Latino myself, English is not our first language, and sometimes certain words just have like a specific sound that for us, I'm going to automatically associate it with writing rather than right as in correction. So I really cannot hold it against her. If I'm being honest, I think that the Q&A was probably her downfall in the ranking of the final top 4 because I think that for a lot of people, Colombia was meant to be the winner. If you were there on the venue, most of the people that were there rooting for the candidates were Colombians, and the ones that were the loudest were Colombians. The ones that seemed to be the more confident were Colombians, to an extent that at some point even the national director was walking around the entire venue with the Colombian flag, just showing it to everyone because they just were so sure that they had it in the bag. And I must say that up until this point, Miss Colombia's performance was flawless. So there was absolutely nothing to take away from it. The answer, I feel like she tried the best with what she had. She talked about equality and writing for the future of others and, coming up with ways to accentuate the issues that need our attention now and that are timely for our society. But at the end of the day, the answer was not what was being requested through the question. So there you go. I mean, Miss Colombia, we love you so much. I'm still proud of you. You gave it your best.
And then there were 2. Let's call up Palestine. Who said that?
Come on,
I want to
Palestine.
meet the fan. Where's the Palestine fan? Make some noise. There you go. Hi. Same question for you, although you had your headphones on, so I'll read it again. What is one thing you want to write in this world, and how would you write it?
I think I would want to fight the ignorance and selfishness of people, because I think that is the main problem that we are facing today with all of the issues, including the environmental catastrophes that we are facing, which are made from humans. So me personally, my environmental advocacy was launching an educational campaign with governmental and non-governmental organizations in Palestine, including the United Nations, where I educated people about the dangers. And I think that it starts with education, and that's how we can really solve the selfishness and ignorance that we see in the world today and save planet Earth.
Thank you very much, Palestine.
All right.
And there certainly is.
Okay, let me give you some chica about Miss Palestine. Actually, right after the Corornation Night, I had the opportunity to talk to her. We actually took a photo together, and she was so beautiful, like face to face. She's already stunning when you look at her through the camera. But guys, if you get to see her in person, there are no words to describe how beautiful this woman is. Okay, going back to the answer, I'm going to say I was really, really pleased with this answer. I think that what I enjoyed the most is really her flow. She was not rushing the answer. She seemed to be confident with what she was doing, with what she was saying, how she was saying it. And for me, that's really important. That's what a title holder should do. They should always be in control. And when I heard Palestine delivering her Q&A segment, I thought to myself, you know what? She could easily easily become the winner tonight. I'm also going to say this, and maybe a lot of the people at home don't get to see this, but I really want to commend her for pushing through the entire competition and being confident about it. Because when it comes because in terms of supporters, I think that she was, out of the top four, the one that had the least supporters in the audience. I mean, whenever someone will call Australia, a bunch of people will get up with Australian flags, and Colombia, everyone will go crazy. Korea, it was like insanity. But when it comes to Palestine, she had a few people that would cheer for her here and there, but it wasn't as big as the other groups. That can easily get to your nerves. It can make you feel stressed, anxious, and she did not let that happen. So honestly, props to you, and super proud of what you did right here.
Quite a lot to write in the world right now. And maybe our next contestant has the answer. Maybe she can uncover it for us. Ladies and gentlemen, Korea. Hi, Korea. Okay, Korea, same question for you. What is one thing you would like to write in this world as incorrect, and how would you correct it?
Could you repeat the question?
What is one thing you would want to correct in the world, and how would you correct it?
If there's something I would correct in this world, it would be being empathetic. We often mistake kindness as being empathetic, but what being empathetic is really putting yourself in someone else's shoes. And when it comes to climate issues and other issues in this world, one has to be empathetic. You need to really see how the other person perceives this world. You need to understand their pain by being in their shoes. And that, I feel like, differs from being empathetic. Kindness and empathetic can be different. And if I get the chance to really define it differently, that's how I would define it in the dictionary. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Korea.
Oh, wait. Did I just spot myself in the audience? Oh, wait. I'm right there behind the judges. Also judging.
Korea.
Okay, so I'm going to say, when it comes to Miss Korea and her entire Q&A, I know that this was a little bit controversial, and I had lots of people coming to me and asking me, Luis, did you think that this was a cooking show? Well, I'm gonna tell you, the answer that she delivered in this particular moment, I think that out of the four was perhaps the second weakest answer. The weakest for me was definitely Colombia, because of just, she missed the point of the question. And then it will be Miss Korea. However, what I'm going to say is that, I don't know how to describe it, but if you were there at the venue for the entirety of the pageant, Miss Korea was always like a standout in terms of beauty, in terms of just, being next to everyone. There's just something special about her. There's an it factor that you cannot just see it through a screen. You had to be there. Something that I heard from behind the scenes and the people who were working at the venue is that the judges were taking into consideration the entire performance, not just during the coronation night, but also all throughout the competition, the activities, the interactions, the photo shoots, the videos that were submitted. And let's not forget that Korea was always a front runner for each and every single one of those. She excelled during the swimsuit presentation. She excelled during the evening gown segment. She excelled during the opening ceremony. So I think that just because she had a down moment with the Q&A segment, it doesn't mean that she shouldn't be rewarded for her hard work all throughout the competition. So personally, I'm very happy with the outcome of the competition. When people ask me if I think it was a cooking show, if it was fair, if the judges had, some sort of bias, I don't think so. I don't feel that way. But as I said, I'll make a separate video to talk about the full recap and everything that went down during the coronation night, okay?
And Miss Earth Fire 2022 is Colombia!
I'm not gonna lie, this was a little bit rough because, as I said, many people were assuming that she was gonna be the winner of the entire thing. And her team, her national director and family were just on the side just yelling. Politely though. They were all very polite, and they just said like, she is our Miss Earth, she is our Miss Earth, and they just kind of embrace it. But I feel like she was a little bit down with the outcome because she was hoping to get the biggest title. So cute, Baitong. Now Miss Earth Water, who is it
And the
gonna
Miss
be?
Earth Water for 2022 is... Palestine!
Yes. I'm also happy for Palestine. She performed so well. She exceeded my expectations, to be honest. If you watch my previous commentary videos, she definitely exceeded my expectations. And what I'm gonna say is that by ending in the top 4, she made history for Palestine. You know, she was all over the news. She was one of the girls who got a lot of coverage from the media because this was a historic moment for her country. So I'm truly, truly happy. And once again, based on the experience that I had talking to her, she was so sweet, so humble that my heart is really full of joy for her. Our next Miss Earth.
Ladies,
Who's gonna be?
please take center stage as you are now.
This was
I
nerve-wracking.
have to make this very clear. I will be announcing Miss Earth 2022 first, which means the remaining delegate will take their title of Miss Earth Air. Once again, in my hand is Miss Earth 2022. Any last minute guesses? Woo! Keep it up, let's go! Miss Earth 2022 is... Korea!
This was such an emotional moment, everyone. If you were there at the venue, you will know how the crowd was going crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. To be honest, at this point, either one of them who won, they were both perfect. They were both just so, so good. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it there, but I will say, you guys, I do have a lot of tea of things that happened behind the scenes, even right after the telecast was cut. So after the coronation was over and the fans got to go on stage and interact with the girls and take photos, I was there, I did all of that, and I do have a few things that I would like to mention on my next video. Now, I will say when it comes to Korea, as I said, I don't feel like there was any sort of like cooking show or bias. The girl won fair and square. And same thing when it comes to Miss Australia. I think that Miss Australia had the potential to be the next Miss Earth. She had the beauty, the intelligence, the communication skills, the personality, all of it. She was the full package. And as I said, Miss Earth Australia had so many supporters in the venue. She had an entire group of people on the left side of the stage who was just like rooting for her big time. I was sitting in front row with the people of Pro Media who were also part of their sponsors, who were also part of the sponsors for Miss Earth Australia. So of course, everyone was rooting for her and were expecting her to win. It was really this close, but ultimately, she still made everyone proud. So, you know, I like to think that at the end of the day, it is still a happy ending. So anyways, let me know, you guys, what do you think about the outcome of Miss Earth 2022? What do you think about my comments and feedback when it comes to the Q&A and, you know, how we analyzed it? And stay tuned for my next video about the full recap and all the chismes that I have for you guys when it comes to Miss Earth 2022. Now, I will see you guys on the next one. Please stay safe, be kind to one another, sending you all my love, all my kisses, mwah, hugs, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.